Hello Leo, welcome to Creators on the Crest. I'm Stephanie. Blazer the Morky is in here, but he's laying down on the floor, so you may or may not see him this go around. I am here with your January monthly reading. Today we'll be pulling a card to represent your overall energy for January. We're going to put out the lovely and yummy Celtic cross spread that allows me to go deep into these monthly readings, and we're going to have a lot of fun with that. And then we'll pull an oracle card for the Leo collective. Keep in mind, these are general readings, so take only what resonates and leave the rest. If you're interested in a more personalized experience, be sure to check out the description below where I link to personal readings and my social media. Be sure you're following me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Creators on the Crest for lots more good stuff. Happy Capricorn season, everyone. This is the Cappy Cap for Capricorn season, and we are wishing everyone who's a Capricorn or has Capricorn energies in their charts happy energies and a happy birthday. Okay, let's get started on your reading for January, Leo. Whew. Roll up the sleeves for this one, Leo. You got narrow pathway, tread thoughtfully. Okay, so there may be something you're taking your time with, or you're handling sensitively, a sensitive matter for some of you. But let's go ahead and take a look at what cards you got. In your current position, you have the Nine of Pentacles. So pretty happy with what you've built or what you've grown in the material world. You could be feeling pretty good about finances, or you have a good outlook about it. We also have a falcon. So kind of that keen falcon eye, that sense of kind of knowing what you want, knowing what you've done, knowing what you're capable of. Now this energy is challenged by the Two of Wands. There's something you're trying to figure out about the future, something that doesn't seem quite clear. So you're good with where you're at, but when it comes to looking forward and making a plan, you might be at a bit of a crossroads. For your needed focus, you get the Chariot. Now that is Cancerian energy, close to your time in the birth wheel or the zodiac wheel. Some of you could be cuspers, and this energy is talking about moving forward. So this energy is kind of the opposite of what you're challenged with right now. Some of you could be going through just a time or maybe a pattern of stagnation for some reason, but you can feel the universe asking you to move forward. And of course, we want to make sure that's in a balanced manner, that you're not feeling pulled too far one way or another in order for that. So let's see what else we got here. We've got the Five of Swords in your past position. Okay, so conflict. Some sort of conflict is being left behind. This could be your inner conflict. It could be conflict with someone else. We'll have to get some clarifiers there, but I like to see it in the past position as something that you're moving on from. And in your future position, you have the Star. That's Aquarius energy. That's your hopes, your desires, your dreams coming to the surface, maybe coming true for you or coming to fruition. But for some reason here, yeah, you're supposed to be treading very sensitively. Maybe you're in a sensitive space right now for yourself, maybe emotionally or maybe to do with family. In your place of empowered embodiment, you get the Four of Wands. This is a very stable energy. I really like seeing this energy for you. It feels like the Nine of Pentacles that you gave me in your current situation, where you feel proud of what you've built or what you've put together, what you've been able to create stability-wise. That part honestly looks pretty good. So it could be health related, could be business related, but it's looking pretty good for you, Leo. In your support and allies, you get the Ten of Cups. You've got some love here. There's some sort of love interest or love dynamic that is coming in and providing you a lot of security, comfort, and fulfillment at this time. Now, if you do happen to be a single Leo, to all the single Leos out there, this could be what you're envisioning and what you're working on calling in to your energetic field. In your environment, you've got the Ten of Wands. There is something. I don't know if it's the stagnation. I don't know if it's just winter time for some of you, but there's something holding you back, burdening you, causing you just not to have the feet to move forward quite yet. And maybe it has to do with this part of your journey is kind of a tightrope for some reason. You're having to navigate something very sensitively, or a sensitive matter. For your hopes and fears, you have the Four of Pentacles. Will there always be enough? Will I have enough energy, or will I run out of energy? Will I have enough money, or will I run out of money? There's some material, practical concerns that you're hoping work out quite well, and that at the same time, on the flip side of that coin, you feel might be missing. Let me get a sip of water. I think we stumbled on a little something there in your fears. Now, for your potential outcome, you get the Eight of Wands. I think you're going to end up, by the end of the month, really feeling like energy is moving again. The Eight of Wands is fire energy. That's your element. It's very forward and fast-moving energy, Leo. So I think you're going to feel more like yourself by the end of the month. But let's see if we can see a little bit more about this journey, why things are sensitive right now. Let's look at this Nine of Pentacles. So this is kind of that falcon eye view that you have about your world, your money, your finances, your health, your situation. Whew. You got the Five of Wands and the Empress to clarify this Nine of Pentacles. You are letting me know that your journey to date in your life has not come without challenge. In fact, some of the more challenging times in your life are the times that have helped you grow. And there is this part of you that is in rest mode, okay? And with this Empress here, that's in a receptive place. It's very interesting that you're in this receptive place while treading carefully, thoughtfully, and the universe is kind of pushing you toward movement. Now, this could indicate for some of you that there's been maybe some sort of injury and you're healing. So you're coming back into your health after an injury. Could have just been a strained muscle, all the way up to Lyme's disease and other autoimmune things that would have taken you out for quite some time. You may be coming to the tail end of some physical therapy or some important part of your process there, coming out of the challenge. And all the while, Leo, it seems like you've been able to work or been active in some way, shape, or form, even if you have been injured. For some of you, it could be a relationship injury, like a wounding, but to me, it feels more like some sort of activity, maybe like a physical related injury of you or someone that you're a caretaker for. You could perhaps even be the caretaker here, and you're coming out of the responsibilities of caretaking, or someone else is going to take over so that you can move forward. But right now, it feels like your time is minimal and the path you walk is quite narrow. So the Two of Wands, that was more of that stagnation energy, is challenging you. And we've got a couple things here. I do feel like some of your fears are coming up in this reading, Leo, and there is kind of a scarcity, lack mentality coming in here. And it's not that it's unfounded. There may be some things that have happened in your life that have been kind of rough. And before you set out again, you're trying to make sure that you don't do so from a place of fear and scarcity. You really want to get some peace of mind, but that so far has eluded you. And you haven't been able to see the light on this one. It's been shrouded in illusion, fog, and mist. And I feel like there's this similarity with you being the character in the Two of Wands and the two pillars and the moon being in the middle. This may have been a time for you where you've had to go inward a little bit more to work on some shadow elements, to work out some of the things that have been stressing you out. And I feel like this is, with this being a narrow pathway to walk, we look at this, you know, real thin bridge that's like a rope bridge that's going across here. This hasn't been the easiest journey, but you're really realizing some important things with the challenges that you've been through. There's resilience coming up here for sure in your energies as well, bubbling up and making itself known. Let's look at this Chariot. Why are you being asked to move forward? What is going on here? And you get the Ace of Pentacles and the Death card. Are some of you considering a move or selling a home? That could be up for some of you. You could have a move that is upon you, or you've recently moved and you're trying to get settled. There's Scorpio and Cancerian energy here now. Whatever this is, some of you may have been displaced, or if you have been caring for an aging loved one or something of that nature, you may have moved in with them temporarily. It may be time for you to get back into your own space now. Some of you, you know, you could have been staying at a different home. You have a couple residences and you've been at a different place. It's time to go back and get more settled into things and get more back into your own habits and your routines. And then if this is physical, of course, you're kind of starting off on this new journey. Maybe you're getting used to your body in a different way. If you've had a surgery or an injury, you're still going to be attentive to the needs of your body post-injury or post-surgery. And some of you, it could be tending to your finances in a different way. So you may be trying to make some moves there, getting a new job perhaps. But yeah, you're really working on making sure whatever you do manifest, you do not do it from a place of scarcity. You want to make sure you're in that abundance momentum. For the Five of Swords, the conflict that you're leaving behind, you get the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Wands. I think there was some real fighting and some real arguments going on. Some of you could be caring for an ill parent who maybe has like dementia or Alzheimer's, and they forget things and they act out and they get angry. There's definitely some sort of acting out fire here. Could have been your own wounds being triggered by someone you were caretaking for. And it really changed your perspective on the relationship. In fact, if you are at the place now where you are moving out of these energies, I think it's really good timing. I think it is time for you to get back into your own energies, focus more back in on your own life. Some of you, you could have had a relationship end and kind of have an abrupt, fiery kind of ending that kind of culminated in a fight, or some sort of conflict that just ended it. And it feels like maybe that happened pretty quick. The energy as we move into the future, it's feeling lighter, it's feeling better. Let's see what we get with this star here. The Two of Swords and the Four of Cups. You're very guarded here with this energy. You're very focused on what you want that's different than the conflict you had before, but you're still very guarded. You may have expectations from others, especially family members for some of you, that expect you to make this decision or that decision, or that you have to accept someone you know, the way they treated you because there's some excuse for it, and almost feels like other people are projecting their emotions onto you, and then that's confusing you about what your own natural emotions are. And it's taking you off your focus. That's probably the most important thing here, is I feel like you've been unseated from your focus, but there's extenuating circumstances, and for some of you these feel pretty complex, like you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. The path is narrow, part of the path is blocked, and you have to figure out how to get around it. Let's look at this Four of Wands in your place of empowered embodiment, the King of Wands, there you are, and the Three of Cups. So you've kind of got this matter going on. Could be, like I said, I'm picking up a family member for a lot of you, but it also could be a workplace environment or a change. You're moving, change of ecosystem. And then here next to you, you have people who support you, friends, perhaps. Kindred spirits raising their glass to you, proud of you for what you've accomplished in this journey. I would encourage you to lean into this energy. These would be people that when you're around them, you feel very, very empowered. To me, it feels like friendships. It feels like you can be yourself with these people. You feel that your friendships with them are stable, and it is really supporting you being embodied and empowered at this time. So somewhere in the mix here of these relationships that you're dealing with, you have a very difficult circumstance going on, and then you have some very refreshing, supportive energies that are standing out here to me. And that's what's really bringing you that feeling of empowerment. I feel that you can be vulnerable with this person or these people. Kind of feels like a small group. Some of you may be in a small group supportive energy of some kind, doing some kind of healing work or something along those lines. All right, let's look at this 10 of Cups in your allies and support, because this also feels very good to me. The 2 of Cups and the King of Pentacles. Yeah, Leo, I think you might have a supportive earth sign or partner in your life. Now, this could be romantic, and for some of you, I think it is. You may be married to an earth sign or dating an earth sign. Others of you, this is where you're looking to go with your love life, who you're looking to bring in, a much more stable, grounded individual, someone who has their act together. In other words, they're solid in their career, they have a good job, things come to them, they do live in that abundance scenario, they have figured that out. They, to me, look like a person who has established themselves, probably put in a lot of hard work on the front end, and now they do quite well with like passive incomes and investment earnings and things like that. And this energy, honestly, just feels like, again, like the friendships, it builds you up, it supports you, and it's kind of like the wind beneath your wings, if I could say that. I'm going to make that the title, The Wind Beneath My Wings, like the song. Yeah, you have some of this lifting you up. And I saw that in that initial 9 of Pentacles with that falcon. And you know how the large predatory birds can spread their wings and they can just float and glide in the air. I just feel like you have people around you, luckily, who are of that caliber, or you're calling that in. You are manifesting and attracting that in. And it looks like to me that you're in the right energy there with that 10 of Cups, of knowing that you want a happy, peaceful, stable relationship, right? Okay, for the 10 of Wands in your environment, this is where I was thinking maybe you're feeling a little burdened still. You could have a foot in the old world or one place where you're located and a foot in the new place. There's some healing going on here. Anytime we change our ecosystem or we have a big change in our physical body or our physical prowess, and we're coming out of a healing, I think there's going to be that desire for you to come out of it pretty quickly with this Knight of Swords, really moving energy forward. But I think that the burden that your body has faced, or possibly even the burden that has taken you away from the things that you're passionate about, you may need to navigate it more carefully. I feel like if you move too fast in any one direction at this time, you could have the potential to kind of revert back into needing more time, space, and healing. So I would recommend taking things slow here. You don't have to put up with BS. You can still have your boundaries, but don't try to rush forward in a moment of, oh, I feel better, I'm going to rush forward into something, because there's still healing going on here, and there's still not a super clear path. So taking your time with something. If you're job searching, looking for that new job, interviewing, you be as selective as they are, if not more, because we want the right situation for you here. Let's look at your hopes and fears, that Four of Pentacles. Will there be enough? Can there be enough? Will my health return to its fullness? This is going to take some work. You've got the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords. There are going to be some things you have to let go of, some things that you thought maybe would be a part of your life forever. Let's say you were doing like heavy cardio kickboxing and you have a back injury and you're still healing from that, and you can't do your cardio kickboxing or your MMA like you once did. You may have to be doing more things like walking and yoga and more gentle kind of exercises than you're used to, right? But we want to be careful that we don't undo the healing that's taking place here. For others of you, this is taken a toll. You being a caretaker for somebody else has taken a toll on you, and you're really hoping you can build back better. I hate to use that term, like it's a political slogan, and I don't do politics, but it is. You're trying to build back, and there's going to be some changes here, and there's going to be a different approach. You're going to have to use a different approach because something has shifted here. For some of you, this means boundaries with certain people and certain family members. You really need to put down those boundaries and maintain them. You need to hold the line there with the boundaries, and maybe some of you are a little unsure if you can do that. Takes practice and dedication. The Eight of Wands in the potential outcome, we get the Queen of Pentacles. Remember, in your support you have the King and the Hierophant. This is feeling like there's going to be this time in January. I think you're going to have to tread carefully. I think you're going to have to go slow with some things. By the end of the month, I think things are going to start to quicken for you. But in that quickening, you're also going to feel gentle. So it may not even feel like a quickening to you, but things are going to start moving. Maybe something will come together, some sort of awareness or insight. You're definitely striking me as someone who is moving forward on a spiritual evolutionary journey, kind of going to that next level, perhaps leveling up in some way. Also, for others of you, this is about your own authority over your time, over your energy. Some of you got quite drained through whatever you've had to deal with, and it's been quite a journey to come out of it. And so you're really going to be embracing and what's the word? The word is incorporating the spiritual energies into what you've learned. So you're on kind of this spiritual up level here. It's really nice to see the support you have around you. Be sure to lean into that wind beneath your wings, because it really comes out of, a really challenging situation for you, but yet you have these support systems in your world, in your life. To close out your reading, we've got a card for you, Leo, from the Magical Drum Oracle, and you got number 12, the Hunter with his bow. And this is about power, and this is about health. So for those of you who have been injured or recovering, maybe you've just fallen on some sickness, things will end well in your life. Stay focused on your goals. Fresh air and gentle movement is advised. Express your will. Hunt for what you need and not more than that. Yes, don't overdo it here. We have to tread thoughtfully. We do not want you to in any way, shape, or form re-injure yourself. If you've pulled a muscle and you've been recovering, we don't want you to rush back into things and pull the same muscle again. If you're working on things like investments, you may take some more time to study before you just go flying in and putting all your eggs in one basket. basket. You are building back, which is a beautiful energy from this challenging time, but it's still a sensitive month for you. And I think it's going to take till the end of January before you really start to feel like things are moving at your Leo pace again, your fiery pace. Okay, Leo, thank you so much for joining this reading. It was my pleasure to do it, and I look forward to seeing you for the next one.